Joining me now here in studio for a change to discuss this, Democratic Representative from Tennessee, Congressman Steve Cohen. I'm glad your long-distance trip up here to New York has included a stop here. Thanks for joining me. Well, it was
going to have a major announcement yesterday, but we missed
please.
it.
No, we're not going to go there. Inside joke, everybody. Anyway, what about the Congressman, what about what Sarah Huckabee Sanders just said right there?
She's had a second bite at the apple and probably a third or a fourth. You know, this is ridiculous. We've got a $35 million report about the president engaging in probably despicable behavior, and they want a 4-page summary from his hired henchmen to satisfy the public's desires. We paid $35 million, the Congress and the public, and both the Congress as the people's representatives and the public deserve a right to see it, and they need to know what the president did, what Mueller found he did. Mueller didn't say that he did not commit collusion. He said that there was proof one way and proof the other. It didn't exonerate him. So there's something in there that says he did things that could be considered collusion.
But the fact that
with Russia.
But the fact that the White House keeps putting out there, and all the spokespeople like, oh, full exoneration. You heard Sarah Sanders say it right there. Is that a political tactic just to reach to the base to make sure that they stay on Trump's side and they don't have any doubts in his leadership and what's happened in the past? I mean, and will that be effective?
This has all been choreographed better than Bob Fosse could have choreographed it. And it's been from the beginning with hiring this man. Barr is there to be the Roy Cohn. He's the fixer. The Black Sox were more honest than they are. And this whole thing with the 3-week delay is to get that 4-page exonerated, no collusion in people's minds, and then maybe they won't think of it. Now they're saying we shouldn't even look at it because it's all been done. It's ridiculous. We need to see it, and we need to see the unexpurgated version.
Well, 420 members of Congress said that's what they want to see. What's the likelihood of you seeing that, though? Redacted version, yes, but beyond that?
I think the Judiciary Committee has authorized Chairman Nadler to go to court. He'll go to court, and I think the court will allow us to see all of the grand jury testimony. There's ample evidence ample proof that past actions that we'll be able to see it. And other special counsel investigations, we've seen it, and there's exemptions in there. We may have to take an extra step or two, but I think that we'll see that.
ABC News has some interesting reporting today, and it suggests that the White House may be a bit concerned about what could be forthcoming in the report from Mueller with regard to obstruction, specifically the questions surrounding James Comey, his firing, the extent to which the president either directed or at least knew about it, talked about it, those kinds of things. Interestingly, it also goes to the heart of Don McGahn, the former White House counsel, in his more than 30 hours worth of testimony with the special counsel, something that he did not debrief anybody within the White House about. Do you believe that Don McGahn may be the wild card here, that he is the one who was in on everything, was in the room where it happened, and that he may have put forth information that would jolt this White House and the president?
Well, it could be McGahn because he was there, and I think the president asked him to take actions, which he didn't, to fire Mueller or Sessions. I forget who it was he wanted to fire, and McGahn wouldn't do it. But he got rid of Comey, and he went and celebrated with the Russian ambassador Kislyak when he in the Oval Office, and he kicks the American press out and goes and probably shoots down some. Well, he doesn't shoot vodkas, but he had spiritual vodkas with Kislyak. I mean, the whole thing with Russia, what he does with Putin, the way he genuflects to him, the way he gets up there and goes, I certainly believe that he didn't have anything to do with it. He said he had nothing to do with it, so I believe him. Well, he didn't. They shouldn't have believed him. Russia's interfered with our elections. Listen to what we got, Alex. We got proof that Russia interfered with our elections. We've got a president who is individual one, who is an unindicted co-conspirator to a felony here in the Southern District of New York. And we've got a report that says he's not exonerated from crimes or behavior that Congress could find impeachable. We have a serious situation, and Sarah Huckabee Sanders says we shouldn't see the report or we should forget about it. Go back to Arkansas, huh?
Are there expectations that there will be something enough of a criminal nature to pursue, or is this more political concern for this White House, you think, when it comes to the obstruction of justice claims?
Well, it would be criminal if you could indict a president, and the Justice Department policy says you can't. So he's got an ollie in free card, and so they can't do it. But as far as his conduct, I think he definitely obstructed justice. It's something we could deal with in impeachment if we chose to go there. You know, I did that a year and a half ago. There's emoluments clause violations. There's attacks on the press and attacks on the judiciary, which are not worthy of the office. The whole, you know, Lindsey Graham, when he led the effort against Clinton, said it was about purging the White House from bad things. Speaking of purging the White House from bad things, that's Lindsey Graham's buddy. And he does bad things every day. It's the horror show du jour. And that's why you got 17 people running for president. They know that we need a change, and we need to have somebody who the American people respect, somebody who might be able to have a pet in the White House because they're not so self-absorbed that they can't have anybody else around them and have attention and then have affection for. The man's a cold, strange human being. He left New York and Trump Tower and never thought about what he left behind because he doesn't have friends here. He doesn't have things. It's all about him and titles. You know, Trump.
Steve Cohen, I'm awfully glad you stopped by in person. It's fun to have you in studio.
Well, when I do my announcement, it'll be on Colbert now.
Oh, my gosh. Are you going to make it 18?
Well, Colbert may want me. You're supposed to be on Colbert to do it.
This is getting to be a really good inside joke. Thank you very much. Good to see you.